Hello.
Welcome back. We are in part 4 of Hoard of the Dragon Queen, and we are in the town of Green Nest, and the characters have successfully captured a cultist, and they've brought him back for interrogation. Now, would you like to be a part of the interrogation?
Why not?
All right. The Commander Nighthill is more than happy for you to join them. Now, where's the...
But we need some healing.
What's your who's lawful good?
I've got the paladin.
Is he going to have a problem with
He probably will have major problems with any kind of
interrogation,
torture, but questioning.
What about
evil characters about their motivations? Isn't
what about intimidation or persuasion?
Nope.
Does anybody have skills in?
He
I have persuasion.
certainly has persuasion.
All right. He could have a go at that.
I have persuasion and a -2.
Yeah. We need to seek out the cleric, however.
All right. Yes, you visit the cleric. He is more than willing to. He has one more healing spell left after he's had a short rest.
Cool, I'll grab that. I just wanted to see you did.
I've got -8.
What?
So I've only got 3 hit points left.
I've only got 4.
The
You got 6.
numbers left,
Yeah, but you're the guy who's not meant to get in melee.
Either are you.
No,
Hasn't stopped you yet.
No, he's full. Aramel's fine.
Oh.
He got healed again.
Alright, so let's heal the dragon and I'll stay back, I guess.
Alright.
All right. 7 points for the dragon.
Excellent. He's at 11.
All right. So, what was that?
Just trying to find something suitably dungeon.
Okay. Charisma, persuasion.
Yes.
All right. Give it a roll.
Bringing it on. Ooh, that'd be 4.
What's this charisma thing for?
Now that is a
Persuasion.
critical fail.
Critical fail on the Dragonborn.
The Commander Nighthill taps him on the shoulder and just sort of pushes him to one side.
He goes and stands.
Maybe he's smothering his mouth and asking him questions at the same time. Doesn't actually
Well, he's
work.
awful good. I don't think he was. He was probably being too nice about it. He goes and stands outside the room, maybe.
So the
Do you want a tickle? I will tickle you! Not excessively.
Tell me. Tell me now.
the cultist looks up at the Dragonborn and says, "I'll tell you everything."
I think we're onto something.
But Commander Nighthill comes in and provides a bit more incentive for the cultist to talk. And eventually he breaks down and says that the reason that this cult, the reason that all these people are attacking the town is to gather loot to usher in the reign of the Queen of Dragons. And his eyes go all kind of glassy and misty-eyed when he says this. He's obviously
Is that the one I shot?
drunk the Kool-Aid.
No.
No.
She's got 5
The one you
hits.
shot was but a pawn.
She's got 5 hits.
The other information that you get from this guy is that they have a clutch of dragon eggs at the cave where they're camping.
Where?
Cool. Where's that?
Where are they camping?
Show him an iPad.
Further away,
Okay.
not in Green Nest. They have a
Okay.
Yes.
How many feet away is it?
601.
Yeah. I take one step.
Yeah, one step.
Yes, so that's about all that he's willing to divulge. And then you hear a horn from outside.
Good horn.
Like victory horn?
No, well...
Or like pizzas here horn?
Yes! Perhaps not quite as noble as that,
Oh.
but yes, it's a...
Oh, I do have one of those, but I wouldn't have a clue where it is.
What's it? Hang on, go. That's quite a sound you make.
It's
there.
Derek'scape.
Oh, well, yes.
Derek's coming to an iPad.
Oh,
So,
John.
what do you do?
We go outside.
My stand's already on the way. He's heading up to the sound.
All right. So you head up onto the parapets?
Up onto the parapets.
I fill my quiver with arrows that are up there, of not as good quality. Yeah, on the way, I'm kind of adding my little clips on my flags.
Yes.
On the back.
I replenish with javelins.
Good.
And Aramel's getting his his sling stones ready.
I pick up my dry cleaning and get changed.
Good.
Oh, could be another
and they've starched your shirts again. They've starched the collars too hard.
Someone critically failed dry cleaning.
It's so much starch that he can't really put his arms down because there's no movement in the clothing.
Yeah.
Who starched my chainmail? Who did it?
So from the darkness, a creature strides into the dim light of the dying fires around the keep. Although it is shaped roughly like a human, it is at least 7 feet tall. Its skin is covered in blue scales. Its fingers bear wicked claws, and its face has the muzzle and reptilian eyes of a dragon. The creature stops about 80 yards from the main gate of the keep and scans the walls. A line of kobolds fans out behind it. With their spears, they prod 4 human prisoners into the dim light. You can make out a woman, a teenaged boy in a blood-soaked tunic, and 2 children. Then the half-dragon creature hails the keep. Defenders of Green Nest! It has been a successful night, and I am feeling generous. Do you see these 4 beautiful, useless prisoners? I have no need of them, so I will trade them back to you. Send out your best warrior to fight me, and you can have these 4 in exchange.
I am the hero!
Yeah, send him out to fight you. I'm not sure that's your brother. Sorry.
Is this a flying dragon?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Is it one of your cousins? The dragon boy?
I don't know, but he's looping his rope around the crenellation closest to him.
I'm going to place my flag down. I'm just going to draw a quiver.
So Meisten's basically he's going over the wall. Meisten's going over the wall. Is there anything being said by the governor?
Well, the governor says, my friends, you have demonstrated prowess all throughout this frightful night. I realize that this is an awful burden to ask of you, but if any of you has a better chance of defeat the horror than my militia have.
He scales down.
I'm just gonna wait out the speech.
Okay.
Be with you soon.
Can you I yell out, send the humans in. You have your warrior.
Says Meisten.
In Draconic? Of course.
I reckon I put 20 gold on
There's a whole bunch.
Taking bets.
All right. So he slaps the sword on his chest and moves forward. The kobolds are there and they start to fan out.
The humans?
The 4 humans?
He hears your call and says, "Release the children." The children go running off up towards the keep, but the woman is still being held at knife point by one of the cultists.
Do you want? Because he said that if I went down, I don't know.
I draw my bow and the last one?
I will release her at the culmination of the battle. You have my word.
I pull out my javelin and throw it straight at the cultist.
Yeah.
And as I say, sorry,
he slits her throat.
Oh.
You have shown yourself to have no honor.
You have no honor. You promised the release of 4 humans for my appearance. You have no honor.
You had to fight
Come
me in
and
order
fight
to get it.
me.
Bang, just fire a bow
You go.
straight at the dragon.
You shoot the dragon?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I'll climb back.
You have chosen your hero.
Timing is brilliant.
You win all the things.
This did not go the way I planned it.
All right, roll your damage.
What a roll damage.
Excellent.
Am I killing like this stupidly large dragon now?
He's a half dragon.
Oh god. 2 plus 7,
Nine.
so 9 plus 3. 12 damage.
12 damage. It hits
In
him
a critical
square in the
way.
chest, and he staggers back a number of steps, grabs it, tears it off, throws it to the ground, jumps on a horse, and leaves.
Oh.
When he's on his way out for the next 600 feet, I'm going to shoot arrows at him. Just so you
Can I get a javelin in his back as he...
Because he's here, right? He's on the path, right? There. I have a 600 foot, so I can see and hit anything
You're on high ground too.
in the entirety of the town.
I'll give you 2 more shots.
Can I get a javelin at him as he's leaving?
No.
How far away is he from the walls?
He's about 150 yards away from the walls.
So he's like,
There's no way I'll be able to catch him.
Yeah, he's
No.
about here.
Well, I didn't see that coming. Here's 20 gold, everyone. Sorry.
I win!
Done. There you go.
I wanted to get him close and then breath weapon, but anyway.
well, you
That's all right. Oh, well, he was the one with that one. That's fine. We had
yeah.
should have
Does anybody have inspiration?
Should have had the terms in writing. No, just roll 2 more 20s, you're fine.
Yep.
18.
Yeah.
Does that hit him?
Yep.
For 9 damage.
Alright,
So-
you mentioned
If
me
my book
there.
ended up in there, no, I would have picked up.
Alright, so I hit him, so he's got 12 and 9, so...
So 21 points of damage before he rides out of range, and
I love that you think 600 feet is out, because if he...
That's right.
Yeah.
but there's buildings in the way and
The
all that sort
curvature
of
of the
stuff, so-
earth.
Yeah.
That's
It's
about-
night, you haven't
and
got
it's
dark
night.
vision, you know, all those things, you know.
Yeah.
So,
That is the end of the module, and we with the milestone format, you all get to level 2.
yeah! That's
How
cool.
weird that final combat was.
Ah, there you go.
I was like, what?
Okay.
You have no what? You don't have what?
I love that he gets on a horse. He's like, how tall is he?
7 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, poor horse.
Poor horse.
Clydesdale.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks for the game, Jack. That was awesome.
All right.
Beautiful.
Well done. Well done. That was
Well, should we go straight into...
Well, guys, stick around for the... Oh, no, maybe we'll just
go straight into it.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that.
So what made you decide that you wanted to do the Hoard of the Dragon Queen?
Well, I mean, we had a couple of options, and we could have done sort of the starter set and the Mines of Phandelver and all that sort of stuff, and I've run those for other groups, so that would have been interesting, but I decided to sort of launch into this. There's been other people, you know, including Wizards of the Coast, who've done Lost Mines of Phandelver, so this seemed like a good.
You haven't run this before?
No, I haven't run this
Alright.
before.
Wow. Fantastic.
I loved it.
No, it was really lovely to explore, and I know that we didn't do it on camera, but the character creation was actually really useful to get through all that stuff.
Yeah, I really liked the moving through the personality traits, ideals, bonds, flaws, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Really,
Well, it really
fleshed out
made the way
character.
that we made the three of us operate together.
The
really
brothers.
well.
Yeah. And the other sort of interesting thing is, if you purchase this, you can play this with the rules and everything else that's available online. So there's a PDF of the basic rules of D&D and a PDF of the spells and monsters that you fight in this creature. So all of that's available for free, and all you need to do is purchase this. So I thought that was kind of an interesting an interesting way of doing it. Without a huge cash outlay, you can still play these with a basic set of characters.
Yeah.
Because the criticism, I guess, is that is forking out for the books, whereas this actually just lets you leapfrog straight into into it, and then you'll probably go, "This is awesome," and then just buy the books after that.
Yeah, I found it really cool. Is that the entire module? Or
So this is levels 1 to 8.
Okay, cool.
and
So
then
we've only done the very incredibly first part.
Yeah,
So there's a lot to that.
There's a lot to this, and then there's a second one called the Rise of Tiamat, which is levels 9 to 16, I think. So this is half of kind of their big cornerstone module that they've launched with.
Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, I really like the system.
Yeah, it was really elegant, really fast. The way that proficiency bonuses work and advantage and disadvantage makes that so.
What about inspiration?
Yeah, I mean it's different to like a fate.
Yeah,
thing, but not so
it's not a
different
hero
from
point.
like a hero point.
Yeah.
And it's tricky for you because you have to know exactly what all of our characters are in order to know whether we are acting inspirationally.
Yes.
Which is a very tricky thing for you to keep track of all that information.
Yeah, that's a bit challenging for the DM. Particularly with when you've got your personality, you've got the flaws, and you've got the bonds and all that sort of stuff. But generally, you kind of know. And I'm still feeling my way around inspiration. I'm still feeling out how and when you should give it.
Yeah.
So
because too often it just becomes. Well, it doesn't become a reward then.
But would you use it similar to the hero points then? You know what I mean? Like, and not like take it outside of 5th edition, but like hero points are given out. Like that's an awesome idea. Have a hero point.
But this is more in keeping with your character. So it's acting within a really.
So
there's a little bit more to it than that. It's acting within your character to the detriment of things.
Yeah.
So I really have my character has a really strong sense of honour, so I wouldn't let this go. I wouldn't let this person insult me and walk away. I have to go and attack them, and that's the kind of
I like that. It rewards you for
playing character.
Yeah, playing character.
Yeah, even if it's to your detriment.
So you don't have to be doing the epic moment necessarily.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was also really interesting how badly we did so often. But that, I mean,
some of us.
Hey, I didn't roll a double one. All right.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
I think that that was about the balance, and obviously having the paladin was really useful in that sense.
Yeah. It's definitely a 4-person adventure.
Well, the first time it happened with failing 2 death saves and then having this one try and save me, that was a close run thing.
Yeah.
But I think that whole first level character being vulnerable and squishy is actually really quite invigorating.
I like that you weren't out for huge amounts of time either.
I wasn't out
for.
You
were out for half of the game. You'd start to go, okay, this isn't that much fun.
Yeah. Well, that's
you were out for a turn or 2 at a time. That first one was probably the worst of it.
I really like the simplicity of the death system as well, because it's not like half you con with the you know what I mean. There's no mass. It's kind of like, okay, you're under, so.
Here's
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Pretty laid out actually,
And in just terms of like the character sheet is amazing.
Yeah. There's some interesting rules around death and dying that we didn't sort of get into, but we would have had
came close to getting into it.
Yeah. So the dude at the end, if you fight him honourably, he kills you because he's awesome. And then when you're lying on the ground, he stabs you again. And what that does is it immediately takes 1 death save. It fills in 1 death save. So, I guess if you did it 2 more times, you'd...
So he kills you. Done.
Oh, he's epically...
He's epic.
So
the
only way around it is to do kind of what we did, which is act dishonourably, in a sense.
No, you can go in there and fight him, and once he beats you, he releases the last prisoner. Or if you do anything, untoward, because he's really honourable and all that sort of stuff, and he relishes in one-on-one combat and all that sort of stuff. So, as long as you fight him and do it all sort of honourably, he kills you and then releases the last prisoner.
And the idea is that you're meant to come back from that death.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they rush out with healing spells and all that sort of stuff when that happens.
Okay, cool. And that's the big finale.
Oh, that was interesting because see from
it's an interesting finale.
The terms of the agreement was if someone comes out to fight me, I will release the 4 humans.
Right.
So it was like I've come out to fight you, release the 4 humans. I'm not going to release the last human. It's like, well, you're the one who's broken the terms of your agreement.
Ah, yes. Well, he was of the impression that
so it's basically
until the fight
it's about a terms agreement. It's like, hang on a minute.
Let's talk about Tiamat.
We should write a constitution.
We need to have a written contract about this battle that I needed to sign before we decided that, because that went weird. So he slits her throat. Like, what? I shoot the dragon. Why? He jumped on a horse. Anyway.
Yeah, I like that. He's like,
But you threw it at the cultist holding the.
Who was on the knife? Yeah.
Who was on the knife? Yeah. So he didn't.
Because I thought it might have been. I thought it might have been the cultists' initiative to not follow through with the bargain, rather than.
Right.
You see that the cultists had not released them, so I thought that was the cultists doing it rather than it being a part of the plan. Anyway.
Yes. So
that was so cool. Yeah.
It resolved it very quickly and didn't involve any death. So.
No.
There was the young girl.
The girl.
Well, the prisoner died.
Some wife got murdered.
Yeah. That'll be on Myerson's conscience for the rest of his life.
But the other thing that just absolutely cracked me up as we were playing it was, one of the first things you did was shoot at the dragon over the skies because you've got a 600-foot range. You critted him, and the rules state. Maybe I should read the actual.
Read it out.
I crit him at about 500 feet away.
Yeah.
Dragon attack. The adult blue dragon accompanying this raid is not an enthusiastic participant. Its chief contribution has been its frightful presence, but has become less effective as the night wears on. Shortly before midnight, the dragon launches a final assault against the citadel. During this attack, Lenithon flies over the keep and uses his breath weapon without moving closer than 25 feet. Yada yada yada. Every breath attacks kills 1d4 NPC defenders and injures 1d6 more.
How many people did I save?
I am
the hero of Greenland.
So
I am the hero of Greenland.
Here we have the last bit. He repeats this pattern of sweeping and waiting for his breath weapon to recharge until he has taken 24 damage or more, or a single critical hit. So that happened right in the very first moment.
And I did 21 damage to him.
It did, yeah. So it wouldn't have taken.
You basically negated the dragon out of Dungeons and Dragons.
And then we went into the dungeon more than once, which really upset you.
But that sharpshooter feat. Oh my gosh.
That's pretty cool. To get that at first level with the human variant is pretty cool.
Oh, that was nuts. And that was very much I was very happy with that as being my hero.
I thought the difficulty level for a spellcaster, I know I used a spell in the first moment, but again that was
shattered.
Well, it was
everywhere.
8 opponents, so it was like that's kind of
big.
So boom. Yeah. And then you're like, there's no chance to recover for the rest of that evening. So you're like, I am now.
Yeah, that was pretty tough.
I'm a squishy melee character.
I am now a melee character, and that was what I thought when I was reading this. I'm like, man, there's no let up in all of this.
Yeah, so
you can take an hour break.
Yeah. Any spellcaster at first level is going to really struggle with it.
Yeah, I felt that was a bit harsh, and imagine if you're a mage and you didn't have any kind of melee kind of presence.
Yeah, I mean the advantage was the shillelagh,
but don't they have like magic
cantrip and the mending cantrip, which I took not knowing that they would be so incredibly useful. And we didn't end up doing the mission
the Sally Port
mission where it would have been immensely useful.
Yes.
But that was quite amazing.
That shillelagh. That is that a cantrip?
It's a bonus action. So it's fabulous for any melee because otherwise he's attacking at -1 because of strength, but because it adds his wisdom spellcasting modifier to his attack, it's fantastic.
Nice.
Not that he did well with it because he fell over so often.
But when
he hit it, he hit. But when he failed, he fell prone and got.
But
killed.
that is in terms of that lasting the entire night. That whole the other thing is you come into this not knowing what's happening, and then you go into it and you don't know at the very because the thing is when we first came into it, we saw the town's under attack. We expect to go in there, sort out the town, and then be able to rest and then be able to move on.
Yep.
Where it's this unrelenting, you're attacking, go save this, and it's just the amount of hit points we went through and the amount of guys the amount of damage we had to output to be able to kill those guys because we walk in somewhere and then we went to the
sanctuary.
The sanctuary, and the sanctuary had what was that 20 men and then 30 guys outside, and it's just. For a level 1 character, it's incredibly...
But then at the same time, I think...
The idea wasn't to attack it head on. The idea wasn't... Because we would have been butchered.
I love that you were very specific saying, don't attack it head on. It's not going to be good.
Yeah. I think Governor Nighthill is good for hinting as to how you do
I think the other thing is... There's two things. One is armor classes really you're really easy to hit. Your armor cost is really low with the way that the armor and dexterity stack or don't stack. So that's like, oh, yes, indeed, I get hit a lot. And with the kobolds, that pack attack thing, that was hard.
Yeah, they're getting advantage.
They're nasty.
Yeah, and then the other thing was that I think the great thing, which we did take advantage of, was the ability to socially solve encounters. So we did at least 3 encounters socially. Well, we did the third one, started you being social, and then it kind of went pear-shaped.
Thank goodness.
I love that you're like
you going prone.
-2.
Trying to persuade. But I think, the one with the kobolds on the riverbank, and then the other one with the patrol.
Yeah.
That was really just added another dimension to it. And I think the rescue of the people in this sanctuary was really lovely. That really worked really well.
Yep.
I quite liked what we did at the front. That was kind of cool. But I think fighting 30 kobolds was definitely overpowered. You will die.
I love the breath weapon out the front though. That's hilarious.
It's not, and the thing is, it's not really it's really. I just find it weird because it's not really like an introductory kind of game, because usually you walk in. Usually you kind of walk into it and you into a game like this at first level, and it's kind of like it's inherently teaching you the system. So it's like, here's an opportunity.
This isn't like the beginner set.
No, it's not the beginner set. But in terms of if you were using this for beginner players, so let's just say they bought this one book and they went along to start playing it, and there's 30 goblins and you feel like a hero. Well, it's not that kind of we charge in and we're the heroes. It's very stealthy and.
I don't know.
Situations
come over the crest of a hill and there's a blue dragon. That's boom, you're in the centre of Dungeons and Dragons. Like, wow, where's the dungeon? Oh, there, under the keep. Yeah. So I think in that sense it throws you right in the middle. I mean, there was no social encounter to start with. It was just straight in.
There's no leading into it. Like, for example, with if you compare it to Pathfinder and Rise of the Runelords, which was their core, the first thing you do is you go into a town and you do a social test, and then you do a lot of tests in terms of skill-based tests with the theme park there. So you test your social, then you test that, then you have a combat which is very short-lived, but you get to use all your spells, and then you get to rest. So it's this kind of it's a very this is how you do this, this is how you do this, this is how you do this, and rest. Whereas this is you walk in, there's a blue dragon, you walk through and there's...
go for it!
There's 30 kobolds, there's
Yeah.
groups of large things, and if you're for example, if you had a mage, if you have these characters that are very squishy, and they just use their spells, well then... It becomes an incredibly difficult
I
adventure,
felt
just to kind of...
That's where the GM comes in and just tweaks it. That's why I think, this is how they set it up, but it doesn't mean it has to be this way. And the GM will on the fly.
Is there any tools in there that try and tell you, if blah blah blah?
It goes into it a little bit if you've got more than 5 characters, more than 4 characters, or less than 3 characters. Sorry,
less than 3.
Sorry, less than 4.
2.
But but there's other than the tools that you sort of get in the monster manual and in the Dungeon Master's Guide to help you tweak those encounters so that they're a little bit more even for your team.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fabulous. Well, that was great.
That's
great. I think a great introduction to a system that we
I thoroughly enjoyed
really loved playing because it was fast, it was elegant, it was quick.
And great DMing.
Thank you. It's,
lovely.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the fun.
So remember, subscribe, comment, let us know what you want us to play, all that stuff.
Yes.
I think we should play a little bit more of it. I love the brothers.
I think so.
The brothers have to live on.
The brothers.
See you guys.
See you.